Yo, what up? It's your boy and JJ Stone, aka Black Gritty, and back to back Gritty Nights. I feel like Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? I'm not having sex off camera with a girl named Michelle, but I could be. You never know. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna be talking crazy. I'm gonna be talking crazy for like the next 6 to 7 months, weeks, days, because we won the Super Bowl. I don't know if you know or not. But if you're a Philadelphia fan of any sport, actually, I mean, even the people that aren't even Eagles fans right now, if you're in the city, you feel the joy, you feel the love, you feel the buzz. You might as well come on board and enjoy this ride. I mean, I usually kick people off, but right now, I'm looking at a future dynasty, and I don't want to hear nothing. You might as well come on down to Eagletown and enjoy yourself. I was on there talking last night with Fit Daddy. So let me get Jason in here. Jason,
hey, that's the fastest our show's ever gone off the rails.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I'm impressed.
My bad. I'm on that sauce. I barely had any sleep. We're Super Bowl champions, Jason. You are Super Bowl champion.
I know my voice just came back this morning. Hopefully it stays for the whole show. We'll see, right? If not, it'll sound cool either way.
I mean,
because we were celebrating
when we start squawking like the birds. Yeah, I mean it's just the Eagle squawk. It's all good. Harry Harrison. Harry, I can't hear you.
See, yeah, mic check Harry.
See, I didn't mic check Harry. That was bad by me.
It's all good.
Harry saying how much he loves the Philadelphia Eagles and that we are Super Bowl champions. And
Harry's like, for me, I had all the doubt in the world. I never believed in the
Eagles. Dang.
Can't believe he's saying that.
Harry's like, I just became an Eagles fan yesterday. I have a comment that's been sitting in this queue.
Yeah.
Since 8:30, because I tweet the show out early, and it's actually, I don't know if that's funny, if it's real.
I don't know what it's going with there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Harry.
No.
Nope.
One sec.
Hey, there you go.
Yo.
There you go.
I know. Harry? I figured it out.
All right, Harry. How are you?
I'm great. I got the Gritty Nights voice going as well, a little raspy, a little sexy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I was out on Broad Street. I was out in the streets. I mean, I'm ready, man. I'm so excited. I was gonna say though, when you made that first comment at the beginning, I was like, is Jason still in the room with you when you're talking about like this? I mean, I don't know what's going on, but
look. I'm feeling so good. He might get some action. You know what I mean? I ain't discriminating this week. Anybody can get it.
Positive vibes.
Hey, now, normally, you know what I'm saying? Normally, this is a family-friendly show, despite the way I be talking. But today, I said we getting gang affiliated over here. We bringing in the West Side. You know what I mean? Birds are coast to coast, Key West to Key Largo. So I had to get my guy, West Coast Swoop Nation. What up,
What
Mike?
is going on? Gang, gang.
How are you doing, Super Bowl champion?
I'm still hungover. Is that wrong? It's Tuesday.
No.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I'm still not recovered. I mean, you can hear it in my voice. We all got the sexy thing going on. I think we should start like a 900 hotline right now.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So,
OnlyFans.
I got the chance to meet my guy at a party that E-Rock threw a couple weeks ago for the playoff game. And it was nice because, when you see people online all the time, and I didn't even know you were from San Diego, actually. I just knew you were out there somewhere. But my buddy's out there in San Diego, and I go there often. So next time I'm out there, dude, we're going to link up and hang out and do the dues. And, man, I sent you a message. I had to test our friendship because these guys know. Harry, am I an asshole?
A lovable asshole. Yeah, exactly.
Have I been an asshole since you met me in the 7th grade?
Day one.
Okay. So my guy hit me up about the Super Bowl. And he's like, I told him, I was like, I saw your video. You out here crying like a bitch. You bitch. You punk ass crying ass bitch. As I was typing, I'm like, hold on, he might not take it like I'm saying. I'm like, hey, I got 17, dog. I mean, let me go put that out there in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I watched it with my buddy, and we watched it together because his dad passed away. My dad passed away. She was like, oh, let's watch Super Bowl together. And we got to win, and our dads didn't get to see it. So, man, I cried like a fucking baby. And before this game, he's like, this one's for our children. And then after the game we won, he texted me, next one's for us. I'm like, hey, we trying to get greedy at this beat. So,
as we should.
I saw you were super emotional, and you threw a nice party out there, had a lot of people gather together, and that's awesome, dude. It's awesome. Shout out to his daughter. What's her Instagram?
Deja Crochet. And thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate that, man. She's trying to do her own thing.
She is doing her own thing. She got big play Slade's attention. Got to make him a hat. Got to go out there and see him, shake hands, kiss babies. Got her picks.
Crazy.
And just shout out to her. You know what I mean? So I got to get myself a crochet hat. I'm gonna get one. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to be indigenous and get something with my name on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm trying to be great, but I'm getting one. But I'm gonna get a custom one. I'm trying to ask her for a custom. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to wear for the next decade and a half on my head. Yeah. I like stunting out here in these streets. So yeah, who wants to go first and talk about the Super Bowl, guys?
Anybody? Go ahead.
Nobody?
It was amazing. Like, we already knew. I felt like every Eagle fan knew we were going to win this game. I wasn't worried whatsoever. I knew we were going to beat them soundly, but not this sound. Like, we really won 34-0. I mean, they had no answer for us. And you mentioned my daughter. I was talking to my daughter today about it, and she's like, yeah, they kind of stacked the box against Saquon. I was like, yeah, but they forgot we have so many weapons. And how long have the Eagles gone without having like a true number one running back, like a Saquon type level? And we went back to basics and did what we've always done and put the beat down on the Chiefs. Like, and it's bad to say, but to see Travis crying, that made me happy. That made me smile. Sorry, not sorry.
So, Jason, did you watch with the kids? Were the kids watching, or were they running around doing stuff? Like, what happened?
The kids were running around doing stuff. We went to a party with some wrestling friends. They decided it'd be a good idea to do tequila shots every time the Eagles scored.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh. Things got dicey at the end of the game. Remember correctly or don't remember correctly. The game ended at some point during the night, and so did I. And it was just a great day. This was the offense we expected all year from the Eagles, right? Either you take Saquon away and the Eagles beat you over the top, or you play deep and Saquon beats you all season. And this is what we just wanted to happen every game. And the Eagles waited until the playoffs to unleash the beast, it looks like.
So before I let you go, Harry, I will say this. I've heard that statement a lot, and it's just funny to me because this is how it kind of really works. If you sell out to take away the run, then the pass gives you one-on-ones you can eat all day. Nobody ever sold out against us to try and do that. Everybody tried to play that half measure, and it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep knocking on this door with these runs and then hit home runs with it. I don't even have to pass it really because you're playing halfway. And again, Jalen should have thrown a little bit more, but in general, like, they were giving away with the run. But when they finally shut down the run and he's looking at one-on-ones, hey, Dotson, boom, and he was wide open. I mean, that ball hit him in rhythm and stride, but I mean, that's the little caveat to that. But you're right, Harry.
Man, I mean, what's that?
Super Bowl champion, Harry.
Super Bowl champion, baby. Unbelievable. I mean, I agree. I agree with everyone's saying. I think even last week we all picked the team to win by like 10 at least, pretty much every single person on the show. And by going into the game, once we were up 10-0, I kept feeling like, man, 17 plus is we're gonna win by. And honestly, again, we might have won by 18, but like we're saying, it was really 34-0, 40-6, whatever. 40-6 is the score that maybe I'll remember as the final score. But it was so dominant. At the end of the day, all phases. This is one of the best teams of all time, like, period. I mean, at the end of the day, 14-3 should have been probably 16-1 regular season. Dominant, most points ever in the playoffs by any team ever. 55 and then 40, an FC Championship and the Super Bowl. I mean, unbelievable. And ultimately, at the end of the day, like, we've all been, and I think we all support Jalen. Some of us support Nick more than others, but things like that. At the end of the day, they're the same type of great, right? They have their flaws. You can point it out if you want to really get analytical with what they do and don't do perfectly, but they win at a high clip. They have great leadership. And it shows based on the results, right? So at the end of the day, 2 Hall of Fame careers getting kicked off with a Super Bowl win. Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni.
So before we get back into that, I rarely do it. But today, I was so angry watching all the stuff because I've been counting up all the shows and everything like that. And since I have my boy West Coast who's on the show, I think of him every time I think I cuss too much, and I'll be like, I ain't doing shit. Every time I think I'm cussing a little too much, I think about you now because I'm like, my man be out here. He don't give a LL Cool J about nothing. He be out here. So, and the fact of that, I made this for myself because I don't want to hear it, bro. If anybody else wants to buy this shirt, go to blackreader.com/merch. But your boy made this shirt today, and it says George W. Secured. Super Bowl 59, 40-6. Fuck out of here. I don't care what you say. It was 40-6. Ain't no 40-22 in my world. I might put this bitch on a hoodie. I'm wearing it every day, every game day next year. 40-6. Fuck out of here. Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Pat, 2 picks, my fumbles, total QBR 11.4. I don't give a shit. Bro, he sucked. He had the worst Super Bowl game I ever seen in my life. 40-6, guys. It was 40-6. And now they're trying to talk about where they set the record for a rookie in the Super Bowl. Dude, not only do we have the backups in there, Ringo and them, we were already partying. Nick was covered in Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? And nobody cared. And Pat, 2 picks with fumbles out here trying to stat Pat. No, sir, not me. Like I said, I don't promote myself much. When you go to blackgrid.com, you want to get yourself one. I'm gonna wear this bitch out. It's gonna be faded probably by week 1 because it was 40-6. All right, that's enough of me. And again, I don't ever promote myself. I'm lazy. But boy, like I said, I was thinking about you earlier today, and I was so mad. I was cussing at my TV, and I'm like, what can I? Plain and simple. See, there it is. I can read, motherfucker. I can read that. I swear to Jiminy Christmas, bro. So that was a whooping. How was the party out there? What was the atmosphere like when it was halftime for you before Kendrick Lamar? Like when we was going into halftime, how was everybody feeling out there at the bar? Drinks was flowing. We was out there in San Diego by the water. The sun was shining.
Yo, it was crazy. So we have a Eagles bar like right down the street.
Oh no, you cut out.
San Diego, and just took over. Of downtown San Diego, and basically just took over at halftime, and then went back to our respected bars, finished doing what we were doing, and then met back again in the middle after the game. And it was all Eagle fans downtown San Diego. It was crazy. There's a lot of us. We are everywhere.
Yeah, my buddy from he's from Jersey, but he's out there. He works like Martin. He had people. He told me all the time, like, there's a lot of Eagles fans out here, and I'm like, we went to a bar once, watched a game, and there was a lot. So I believe you. The weather's nice. You know what I mean? Trout ain't coming back here for that reason. That's why I keep telling people, Trout's never coming home. It is beautiful out there. Blinds grow on trees. You never eat. All you need is a fan. You know what I mean? If you live by the water, then you really don't need nothing. It's always
straight
there. You make me sick. I'm sorry that you're living that luxurious lifestyle out there in San Diego.
I mean, we pay for it if it helps. I mean, it's stupid expensive to live out here. Does that help at all?
I mean,
what helps me is there was 2 San Diego fans from San Diego, actually a group of them in front of me at the party that I was at, and they came all the way to Philly because they knew that's where the party really is at on Broad Street. I mean, it makes me so happy to hear that there was a huge group of y'all out there. That's amazing, right? But the fact that I was blown away, I'm like, y'all came here. Like, you came to where I'm at right now with the locals because that's where it's at. I mean, what a great night.
And can I tell you how much better I feel about myself that Harry sounds like a squeaky little kid with a mustache. This actually brings me joy.
Oh man.
So I made a video for my daughter and I said Samson had his hair and I have you. And somebody said something. I was like, oh, it's not a joke. When I be like ripping on Harry or anybody with like luxurious hair, it's because I'm a hater, bro. I'm bald. Like, it's not a game. It's not a joke. I'm out here. See, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See, I need to get.
You look like some milk duds.
I need to go to crochet me some. That's why I need to go to crochet me some. I need some coverage to make myself feel better. Y'all be rocking these hats, boy. Y'all like E-Rock out here. Y'all got all the hats. So let's Harry.
Yep.
Tell me about the defense.
Man, like I said earlier, I mean, one of the best teams of all time because one of the best defenses of all time. Again, one of could be, a lot of different teams, right, included in that. But at the same time, since 2000, I mean, this is one of the most talented. This and the Bucks team that won with Brady. I mean, who was the most stacked roster? And that's because of the defense showing out in ways we did not expect, right? Coming into the year, we wouldn't have said there was this much talent on defense, but they showed out at every single level. And man, like last week again, we all picked offensive and defensive players. I'm pretty sure all of our players were key players in the game, right? Cooper DeJean, Zach Bond. You don't even see Quinyon on the screen because he's doing his job so well. And the D line, zero blitzes the whole game. And we pressured Patrick Mahomes like that. I mean, the defense was prolific and solidified this team, and that defense is one of the best we've ever seen.
Swoop. What do you think about the defense?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yep.
I mean, Harry basically said everything. We played lights out. Phenomenal defense, and I'm so excited to be getting Myles Garrett next year. That is going to be amazing. Yeah, I'm putting it out there right now. I'm putting it out there.
Oh wait, where's my guy at? He had I'm already on it. So let me go ahead and see. So hopefully the audio is working. I think I got my audio right.
This message is for Crosby, Myles Garrett, Hargrave, and even Bosa. Come to us. Come on, you saw what happened. You don't think we're not going to win another one? And then maybe another one. So come to me. Come to us. Come to Philly. We'll see you soon. Go Birds. Hey, good call, motherfucker.
Like the chain says. Like the chain says. So I'm cool with that entire list except for Bosa. We do not do Bosa down here. I couldn't type fast enough with my little chubby fingers. I was like, he got a good little list going on. He's like, even see, now you knew better when you said even Bosa. Bosas don't like brothers. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I know. That's why I want him in the city of brotherly love. That would be the main reason. It'd be fantastic.
Too much book reading and coach just liking to go. I don't need that.
Oh shit.
Both the family hates Philadelphians anyway, so they wouldn't come here if their life depended on it. But everybody else in that list, I'll take all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's so impressive because even do I say it right, Jason
Jalix, yeah.
Jalix
Hunt.
He even showed out. And why did he show out, Jason? Why could he do what he did?
Because the interior pass rush allows him to go one-on-one with those bad tackles that the Chiefs had. Both tackles. They had a guard playing left tackle in Tooney, and then Juwan Taylor is just an overpaid mess for the Chiefs.
Absolutely terrible. Like to have 4-on-5 and sometimes 4-on-6 is insane. It's crazy work. It's absolutely crazy work to sit there and watch that game. They blitzed 0 times. 0 times with all that pressure because they got 6 sacks. I don't know how many pressures were actually counted, but they had 6 sacks, but they were in his face the whole game. He had no running lanes the entire game. And God. So how long Wes, I keep calling you Swoop because that's what I call you in my brain. So what do you want to call you?
Whatever. West Coast, Swoop, Jewy, Aaron, asshole. I don't care.
Oh, Aaron. Oh, yeah. Don't let me call you Aaron. I like Aaron.
That's all I hear. That's all I hear. That shit ruined my fucking name. So yeah.
We did talk about that. That's why I don't call you Aaron. I was like, why did I call my name? Oh yeah, because you told me they messed him up. I take something like that seriously. But anyway, the way that the defense got to play with just 4, and then there's nothing that they could do. How long you been an Eagles fan? Like straight up.
Since Cunningham. When I lived out there, I was 8 and 9 years old. I was a kid. Saw Cunningham play against the Giants and fell in love. So what am I, 46 now? So good amount of time.
So you're an OG, you know what I mean? And you're my age, you're around Jason's age. Harry's the youngest buck at 30. He just turned 30 a couple days ago, weeks ago, years ago. But that game for me, and I'm gonna keep saying it on every show I'm on, that looked like the old Andy Reid I remember. That looked like Donovan McNabb gameplay. Throwing balls into the dirt, not knowing where to go. Your adjustments are just trying to throw screens, and you don't run the ball. Tell me that didn't feel like an old school Andy Reid team with no answers. Does anybody disagree with that? Like,
how many times did they run the ball? Like 4 times the whole game, maybe 3. I mean, probably just adding fake ones because I can't believe that was only once in the first half. And they got down so much they had to throw it the whole time. Patrick Mahomes' worst game, like you said, McFumbles, worst game of his career potentially. I mean, the go conversation is going to be shut for until a long time. I mean, that was just embarrassing.
right, Jason? That's how it looked, right? I'm not crazy saying that.
Oh yeah, and the Eagles were, they had their ends split out wide, just inviting the Chiefs to run the ball in those big gaps right there and just daring them to go ahead and try it because they knew that inside Carter and Davis and Milton Williams would destroy the run anyway. They knew that they had the advantage on the line like that, but they were just daring the Chiefs. Go ahead, try and run it. And the Chiefs just gave up on it immediately like old school Andy used to do.
Okay. And so then why the Eagles keep trying to run the ball then?
Because that's what you're supposed to really do. Keep them honest.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm sitting there. So I was watching the game with a girl, and I asked her, I said, what are the Chiefs doing wrong? And she said, is their running person hurt? And I was like, yo, a girl who doesn't like, she's like a Bears fan, so she didn't watch the Bears in a long time, really. So she don't get to like really be a fan, but she's a Bears fan, but she doesn't watch football like that. She watches basketball. So she doesn't know. But even she who watches like Super Bowls was like, is their running person hurt? Why do they just keep passing? So if a layman person can sit there on the couch, not know nothing about the sport, understand that, like, why aren't they trying that at all? You're doing a bad job as a coach because they didn't come into the game starting down 24-0. Right?
Right. Yeah. No.
So that was Vince. That's the Andy Reid I miss. They got this new and improved bad bitch Ozempic Andy Reid, and I'm like, yo, what? I didn't have none of that. I didn't have none of that. And I was upset and I was jealous. First, I was happy for him. Then the jealousy starts seeping in. I'm like, all right, bitch, you're doing too much. You got sexy, you got married, now you got a new house. Oh, wait, now y'all going on vacation? Wait. Now you want a yacht? Oh, bitch, no, you ain't gonna. And that's how I felt about Andy Reid. But now, Andy lost his job. The Ozempic ain't working no more. He putting pounds back on. I'm like, yeah, that's the bitch I remember. That's the bitch I left. So it just, everything about the game felt good. It felt good. Ron.
Yeah.
Did you see our kicker?
Oh man. The Jake Elliott kicking what, 3 times that 50-yarder? Had to do it 3 times?
That was the only time the refs tried to screw us over, really.
First play.
That first play. What did you all think of that first play when they called that offensive pass interference?
Soft, but like the excuse would always be, well, he touched his face mask, right? That's what they're gonna say. So I can really, it sucked, but it is what it is.
Well,
that was
texted immediately. You tweeted out immediately. Here we go.
Like, here we go.
Yep. Here the fuck we go.
So the ref that they brought in is the most flag throwing lead official in the game. So I knew they were going to throw flags. So when they threw that flag, I'm like, you had to hit them on 4th down with it. Like, the 4th down play is when you hit it. And again, it's hand fighting. And I hate Tom Brady. But when Tom's saying that's Fugazi, I know it's Fugazi because he's Mr. Quarterback. He's Mr. Protect whatever. But when he sees it's fake, he calls it like he sees it. So same thing with Aikman now. I hate Aikman too. But, geez, at least he even says it like something's wrong. So I personally – let me go back. Jason, how do you think the refs affected this game?
They didn't affect the game. They were calling soft calls both ways, actually. That personal foul they called on Goddard on the next time the next drive when the Eagles had the ball was also pretty soft. So it kind of evened out on the that first pass interference. Then after that, the game got so out of hand, the refs really didn't play a role in it, no matter what D-Hop thinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Embarrassing for him to say that, honestly.
So for those who don't know, I will pull that up again. Harry, somebody talk for a second while I go find it.
Yeah, I was gonna say D-Hop. That's a guy that, I felt I was willing to overlook that drop he had. You know what I'm saying? That wide open drop where he's going for one hand, falling down, and whatever touchdown, whatever. I don't even remember that happening basically, but yeah, he wants to come out and say something about, what are you gonna say about the refs now, right? The refs were, implying that the refs were like against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. A joke. He could have got away with still having a nice little legacy, and now this is attached to him as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure even the casual fan is going to be like, especially, they probably like D-Hop too, but people hate the Chiefs, right? And they hated this whole ref situation. And now he's given this fuel of like, oh, you want to say something? You were already dead in the ground, that 40-6, and now you want to say something.
And he dropped the ball. That was wide open. That could have helped momentum turn.
Yep.
They were still down 24-0, but that wide open, you'd have been running still. I don't know if you would have scored, but you at least got points on the board before you got that late little 6-pointer.
Be about the refs, but obviously, what y'all gonna say now about the refs and us when there was a lot of touchy calls? Are y'all gonna report that? Are y'all gonna talk about the refs now? I saw a lot of things in the media about the refs, but obviously,
So here's my first question: when did he join the Chiefs?
Week 6? What? I don't even know. Week 10?
Yeah, halfway through.
Yeah.
I know we say we like we on the Eagles team, but I mean we were birthed into it, so I can say we. I feel we. You just got here for a hot cup of coffee, bro, and we've been talking about how the Chiefs been getting pandered to for years. 3 Super Bowl championship wins for them with 0 holding calls. It's literally impossible. Because then when you watch Patrick Mahomes, you're like, the magic of Mahomes. He ran around for 42 days. Yes, because they're holding all the time. And you can see them holding when he's got 12 seconds in the backfield. My other fair question is, where were all the magic plays from Andy Reid? Where was the trick play? Where was the ring around Rosie? I mean, it's almost like they had no answer for anything.
Yeah. That pass rush ended any chance of running any trick play. There was no time to do anything.
Nothing at all. Man, I watched this.
Big Becht.
Mekhi Becton deserves this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves this. You were a Jet dog. You were a Jet. He is like, everybody's like, because I didn't know he only had a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Back up. That's why Jets fans are mad at him, boy.
Oh, yeah.
They were killing him in the comments on that video for some reason.
Oh, they're destroying him. But destroy me. I'm a Super Bowl champion.
That's right.
And I escaped the Jets.
Yeah.
I escaped the Jets. There's no way he would have played the way he played if he was on the New York Jets. There's no way he would have stayed in the game the way he did when he was injured. When he was out there trying to come back in, he was struggling. When he finally got back in, he manned up. And I saw somebody rolling his leg after that. He got up in pain and still pushed through. So shout out to the only man who apologized in national media. I saw so many people come really close.
Yeah.
Saquon, I'm sorry about the Eagles, but they didn't apologize. They didn't say Jalen Hurts' name. This is the only loser that said it. And the only reason he said it is because his wife is an Eagles fan and he wanted some love and he's tired of sleeping on the couch.
Won this.
I'm tripping. I'm sliding.
Oh, my bad.
No, he
And
was
listen, I owe publicly Jalen Hurts an apology. I was probably one this year who's been the hardest on him. I'll go back a couple weeks ago when I said the passing game's not good enough right now, and I don't think it's going to get better. All he's done since then is have his 2 best games of the year on the 2 biggest stages that the game has been on, the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. He was sensational last night, and he was sensational in the NFC Championship game. He made 1 bad play last night in a Super Bowl against the 4th-ranked defense in the NFL that was giving up, on average, 18 points a game. 1 mistake, 1 bad play. And all Jalen Hurts has done is constantly believed in himself, no matter what anyone has said. And again, I've been one of those people, and constantly just gone to work and not allow the outside noise. We all can learn from that. Not allow the outside noise to affect him. He's a big game hunter. And
thank you, Dan Orkovsky, for saying that, because my God, again, only person to man up in the national media and say that, because they have ripped this man down and they're still trying to rip him down. And Jason, do you care?
Yeah,
do you care that Jalen's not getting his respect?
Of course I care. He deserves all that respect. I never watch Orlovsky and think he's a hater, though. He usually comes with some video breakdowns and stuff. There's a lot of other guys on here that just throw out lists and look like real true haters. Like Chris Sims is a hater.
Yeah.
Nick Wrong is probably the biggest hater.
Yeah, but like Orlovsky usually comes in and they'll show you why, and you're like, I might not agree with him, but I see what he sees.
So Swoop, are you a Nick guy?
Nick Wrong?
Sirianni.
When we're winning. I mean, okay, the stupid shit when he was like yelling at the fans earlier and some of the weird stuff he does, I don't know. just win. That's all I care about. Just win. Do your weird shit. But if we win, then I'm cool with it. Like, remember the flower speech? I talked mad shit about that speech, but we went on and I think won how many games after that speech? So
Yeah.
keep it weird, Nick. Obviously it's working.
So I bring that up because I got Fred Wilson in the chat. Fred's always here. Fred's always useful. Fred is Mr. Nick Sirianni. He is. I'm about to make him a custom shirt that says,
I think it is Nick.
Nick. It might be Nick. It might be Nick for all I know. It's real convenient how hard he goes. It might be. You know what I mean? I'm about to make him a fuck out of here Nick Sirianni. Just so one person will buy it. You know what I mean? When one person buys it, I'm gonna find out if it's you or not. If it's Fred or Nick, I'm gonna find out through the order. You know what I mean? If it don't say Fred Wilson on that bit, I know it's Nick. So I will be bending the knee to Nick, and I will, after this week, no longer be calling him Nick Sirianni. I'll just call him my coach. I'm not going to stop criticizing him when he does dumb stuff, but I won't be overly critical of him. I don't like the stuttering Stanley. I don't like the flowers. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have his own offensive system, and so I have to keep getting offensive coordinators in here. I don't like him yelling at fans. I don't mind him yelling at the opposing fans. I don't like you yelling at us. Because, again, when I'm mad at my team or players or whatever, the players are mad. The players say, I messed up. I had a bad game. Like, so it's not just me being crazy, like, oh, Nick shouldn't do that. Well, guess who else said Nick shouldn't do that? Howie Roseman, the PR person, the PR team, Jeffrey Lurie. I mean, the bosses said it. The bosses were out there on a yacht deciding whether they're going to keep him for a week before they secured his job. So it's not just like me out here hating Nick Sirianni, but I will be bending the knee and calling him my coach. I will say sorry. I got to go out front of the NovaCare when the weather's warm before, you know what I mean, OTAs. I will hold a sign saying, sorry, Nick. You know what I mean? So, my coach. I will do all these things. But if I get the same Nick that I have for the last 10 months where he's firing on the sidelines, firing up his team, if he's talking shit with the fans, not at the fans, and he's talking shit against opposing fans, I'm all for that. He can even go back to the flowers and the concrete and the stuttering Stanley stuff. But I can't have you shaving your head, bringing your children up to protect yourself when you do something wrong, and I can't have you yelling at my fan base. That's what I can't deal with.
Are we done? Are we done with this? This man just won the Super Bowl. Like, I'm just like, let's get this out. We're talking about old stuff.
No. I'm explaining. It's not old stuff because the same reason I asked him that question,
That's
it is how people feel, and that's why I said when you got to give him credit toward we did win the Super Bowl, and we
That's
did.
what I'm saying, yeah.
Yo, so
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. That's what I'm saying. Let's get to the credit.
You don't have to like him. You don't have to do that, but you got to trust him now. That's the word now. You don't have to like him anymore, right? You can still not like the personality flaws. You can not like the stuff that he does that seems a little weird, a little quirky, but now we have to trust him.
Well, so what I'm
the players do.
What I'm going to say is I now respect him and the way he goes about his business. I can't say that I trust him because he's gone up and down, and I don't know that, Harry. So when you're saying you get to it, I'm like, I'm going to bend the knee. I'm going to call my coach. I'm going to stop clowning him about it. I'm going to respect the way he deals with the team because no matter what, even the tension between him and Jalen, sometimes you need that. We've got all family members that we don't like, but we love. You know what I mean? When they come over for the holidays, we chill, but you don't have to invite everybody over to your crib to be friendly with them and work with them. And the way I saw Charlie Gardner-Johnson bubbling over with tears when he went to him, when I saw Becton going up to him and picking him up, when I saw Saquon go over to him, I mean, the way he talked to AJ, even with the sideline thing, the contention, and then going back, I have to respect, and I do respect his coaching style and the way he gets through his players, because the same thing that I've always believed in Jalen Hurts, which I've seen throughout his whole collegiate career, is the one thing I don't give Nick credit for. I don't give Nick credit for the wins. I give that to Jalen. But what I will give him credit for 100% is the heart and the way that the team believes in him, backs him, and plays for him. Because even when they were losing last year, they made me sick. We're together, and Nick's guy, and we're a coach, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, you just got destroyed 7 weeks in a row. I'm tired of hearing you saying that we're together. But that's what Nick gives. That's what Nick brings. Even when it's bad, he still got them believing. And I can't dispute that. I can't refute
It ain't
that.
bad. It ain't bad. We won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, like, let's talk about how much the players love Nick. Let's talk about, like you said, all these great things. And Nick, does he not represent Philadelphia? Like the no one likes us, we don't care type of person. Like that's what he is. That is what he is. He's weird as hell, right? And he's fiery and he's full of love and he's rough around the edges. That's Philadelphia. Again, like we might not like him, but I think it goes, you need to love him, right? Love him, respect him, and trust him. Again, 700 win percentage and a Super Bowl win. Nobody has that besides him, Lombardi, and John Madden. Like, it might not last forever, but we have to give credit where credit is due. And it might not look great all the time, just like Jalen. Sometimes he's rolling this way and that way, and why is he holding on and this and that? But he's getting the wins, and wins are a coach stat. There are not many coach stats, but wins are a coach stat. And, he had credit to the team, credit to Fangio, credit to everybody. They all deserve credit. I'm not taking credit away from them to give it to Nick, but you do got to give Nick credit. And we didn't and that's the first time I think we mentioned Vic Fangio. I talked about the defense so much. Vic Fangio, the god, appreciate him. But Nick's coaching tree, I know it's all the OCs, but now he's got a little coaching tree being built too. So there's some real another head coach, Kellen Moore, Frank Reich, and Shane Steichen, Shane Steichen Shane Steichen and what's his name? The guy we hate.
Arizona.
Gannon, John Gannon.
That is the coaching tree now with 3.
That's 3 in 4 years.
That sounds crazy to me.
It does, but I'm just saying it's the truth.
Now, see, look, y'all ain't going. I'm not okay.
He's not wrong.
He is wrong.
How am I wrong?
I gotta be nice after this week. I might as well get this up. Y'all don't mess me up. You went to coaching tree.
Because you were going on about all the. Oh my gosh.
Coaching tree. He doesn't have a defensive system. How is that his coaching tree? Just because he worked on the staff. Kellen Moore had been an offensive coordinator for 4 other teams. He brought his own damn tree and he took it with him. That's why we need another OC. If we had a tree, we could bring somebody up from the ranks. If we had a tree, we would have to go get Fangio, the godfather of the defense that Howie Roseman likes and keeps installing. It's not the Nick Sirianni tree. I will not abide by that.
We just won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying you're holding on to whatever you can about Nick right now. I'm saying
you are wrong.
You are wrong.
The coaching tree is Sean McVay or Mike Holmgren. Andy Reid under him learned his offense, West Coast offense. He did that, and then he comes and teaches the guys, and then they leave under him and they use his same system. Mm-hmm. That's a coaching tree. Not you're an offensive coordinator for 4 other teams and had one of the best offenses in the league, and then come here.
So I'm saying the way he's led the team as a head coach, there's nothing that these guys get from that. There's nothing they get from that.
Tree. I'm not talking about him not being a good coach. I'm not talking about him not winning right now. I'm talking about a coaching tree. A tree means you birth that, you flower that, you develop that, you give it life. You just picked up an arm off the ground from somebody else's tree and said,
I didn't make up the term. Like I'm not the first person saying it. I'm seeing people mention that. I'm like, oh shit, he does have a tree. He does have a tree.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, okay, well,
tree from anybody. I have not heard that. Somebody else talk about something else. Oh, I'm hot.
That was not quite a bend the knee. That wasn't much of bend in the knee. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't been mad in 2 weeks. We're out here and stop back. Man, I ain't been mad in 4 weeks.
You so mad about bending the knee that you can't. You got to focus on the good.
I just said he's good. I just said I respect him. You said coaching tree.
You gave all these caveats and talked about the flowers and all this stuff. That wasn't good enough for me. It wasn't good enough for me.
Well, and neither is a coaching tree because that's ridiculous.
Well, what about 700 win percentage in a Super Bowl in the first 4 years? Like, come on.
Sounds great. Sounds great. How many games did Jalen Hurts win before he got that coach? A lot of games.
Why do we have to do it there? Why do we even do that? What's the point?
80% from college to now.
Oh my God.
That's the same record that now Nick Sirianni gets to walk into. Anyway, we won a Super Bowl. I'm trying to be happy. You just get this coaching tree.
It's a fake bend the knee. It's a fake bend the knee.
Yeah, it's a trick.
It's a fake knee. It's like the Kenny Pickett slide.
Y'all trying to put in a coaching tree. I was gonna let everything else slide. Yeah, coaching tree.
Nah.
Coaching tree. Oh my!
They love each other. I love Nick. Let's go. That's all I'm saying.
So the back to real life. Somebody said something about Spags, and Dan said it. Dan, there's something useful, Dan. Spagnuolo was supposed to shut down what he wanted to shut down, right? And then the team wasn't supposed to be able to win. He took away the running game, which is absolutely impressive, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that was actually possible. Did anybody else think that was possible?
No.
That's their only focus. That's all they focused on the whole time. So, yeah.
I still expected 140-yard bomb run by Saquon, though, still, even within that. But, yeah. I mean, Jalen held the design runs. Like, he was the running game, really. So,
mm-hmm.
Because you can count when people are already over unblocked or whatever, and they didn't have lane integrity for that. But I mean, what did he average? Like 2 yards a carry,
2.3, something like that. Yeah.
that was really impressive by them, because I just didn't think this O-line could be stopped like that. Even though, again, it was just for the run, pass protection, they were standing in there like, doing their business, and whenever it started bringing down, Jalen escaped. But I was literally shocked. I was like, oh, wow. So then I remember when everybody keeps trying to take stuff away from the offense, well, the Chiefs have been banged up. The Chiefs aren't that good. They're the 4th-ranked defense. What do you mean? They shut down the Bills. They shut down Josh Allen. And Josh is no joke. I think that Josh's biggest problem might have been solved by the Eagles. Who knows what that problem was?
Just the aura of the Chiefs.
Yep.
Yes. I think that losing that badly and looking that bad, I don't think Swoop. I don't think we're going to get Myles Garrett. I don't think we're going to get Crosby. I don't think we're going to get anybody. I think we got to go in the draft, because everybody in the AFC looked at that game and said, Myles Garrett available? I know Crosby put up the college Eagle Diamond, but I'm just saying the Buffalo Bills could use Crosby. You know what I mean? Like we look. So everybody in the AFC is going to be star hunting for game, because if you have my biggest thing is you have Jalen Carter. It sucks that Sweat might go, and who else is on a contract?
No, Williams is probably going to
go.
He's going to get paid.
Yeah.
This is a good year to lose a D tackle, though. There's a ton of D tackles in the draft, according to the draft experts.
So yeah, I don't think that we'll be able to bring in anybody, because everybody in AFC is going to be hunting. They need it. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons. I don't like Micah Parsons. I don't want Micah Parsons. I know there's a lot of people out here that are weRs, but I feel like he's easy to game plan against. Now, maybe that wouldn't be so with Carter sitting next to him. But they've had some really good defenses, some really good defensive lines on the Cowboys. And every time they get to the postseason, he just becomes invisible. So I don't – anybody disagree with that or feel any kind of way?
Nope. You can definitely game plan him out of games, but he wouldn't be our number one pass rusher here, because Jalen Carter is the number one weapon on our defense. So maybe that would make that harder for him, or give him more one-on-ones, right, to just dominate.
Yes. Swoop, who was the most unsung person on defense in that game for you?
I mean, actually, I think Harry might have said it earlier. Someone, we didn't hear about Quinyon at all, just because he did what he normally does, but I didn't hear his name at all. And I mean, that's a good thing. He shut down his receiver, but yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Quinyon. I mean, yeah, he's gotten his love all season, but he held it down.
And it's funny because you usually don't hear his name.
Yeah,
because he doesn't get the interceptions. The only time you hear his name is when Slay or CJ would bump into him and keep him from getting an interception, and that always sucked for him. But that's what Quinyon Bay is like. You just stick him out there, and you just don't hear from a wide receiver. I mean, quarterbacks don't even throw on that side of the field. That's what I said. Like, I know the defensive line is really good. I know that everybody loves Cooper DeJean. I know that big play Slay is resurgent and all this kind of stuff. But Quinyon is so underrated and undervalued because you don't think about one catch for one target. Wait, what? So they only threw it twice? I don't understand. Like, they just don't throw it. They're scared to death of him because that's how good his coverage is. So when they're watching the tape, they're like, look, bro, we can't don't look there. Like, it's 1-2 read stop. Like, you so you're right. That is one of them. Jason?
Oren Burks was the unsung hero. Nakobe got hurt. You thought that might be a big hole in the defense with their zone coverage, because Oren Burks isn't exactly the best in coverage, and I was worried that the Chiefs were going to try and exploit that with their tight end, who, you know, is usually one of the biggest weapons on the field, even though he looks slower than me during the Super Bowl, which is pretty hard.
That's insulting.
Well, it is insulting. Also facts. Right, but yeah, Oren Burks stepped up big time. You didn't really there were no issues with him out there, and he just tackled everybody. The Eagles somehow, after not being able to tackle in the first part of the season, just became the best tackling team I really can remember in a long time.
So I credit that to y'all gonna let this white boy out tackle y'all. I think that's what happened.
Best tackler on the team. Best tackler on the team.
Coop got healthy. Coop's out there sticking people, and Vic's like, so I'm an old Italian dude from Philly. Yeah, I mean, but y'all gonna let this white boy stick people, and y'all ain't out here doing it? Y'all really gonna get showed up? And I don't know if you know nothing about black people, but they don't like getting shown up by no white boy about nothing. it don't feel right. And I tell you what, when he came in there, they started sticking.
That seems mean.
Pick six, Patrick Mahomes, Black History Month. Like, what's going on right now?
Look. Oh, look. Hey.
I can't take credit for that. You know what I'm saying?
Pat picked Mahomes. Pat picked Mahomes. Harry, who's your young son on defense?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an honorable mention for Nolan Smith, but it's got to be Josh Sweat. I mean, again, Josh Sweat, the pressure, and Nolan's right there with him. The pressure they both had on the edge every time. Obviously, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis too was doing great, kind of up the middle. But Josh Sweat, man, he was the guy that knocked his defender into Mahomes to force that pick to Zach Bond, I believe, and he was getting some sacks as well. So we're probably gonna lose Sweat this year too. He's gonna get paid, I would think. So I'm really, and again, doing the Sweat celebration every time felt so good. He's a great guy and he's a character. And, again, shout out to Nolan too for blowing up some big blocks.
So the only reason I even give this caveat to Funk Fred right now is because Howie got Vic in here because everything got messed up with Vic. Vic is the one that turned all these dogs around. Because I tell you what, last year, all those draft picks from Howie, when everybody was calling him a bust, there was a reason for that. I don't want to hear nothing. People pulling up my old videos talking trash about the defense and saying, oh, see, you was talking trash on defense. Vic Fangio came in here and whipped them boys into shape. He got them dogs hunting again. Them dogs was used to that hardcore college life. They came up here and got some cushy Eagles lifestyle, and next thing you know, everybody's squishy. He got Davis whipped up. Davis out here playing more snaps than he done ever played.
Pass rushing.
Yes. So Howie a little bit, but that's Vic. That's that old school. That's that Jim Johnson feel out there. And I say this to say that every single one of y'all is wrong. Every single one of y'all. And Fred, you too, you punk ass Scooby McDoo. You're all wrong about the unsung hero. And the unsung hero, Jason Ferguson, should have been the one to say this man's name, you punk ass bitch, because you're the first one to kick this man in the back. I mean, I'm right behind you. I mean, we've been ganging up on this dude this whole career. We've been ganging up on this dude.
Slight.
Maddox came through. You see what? Dude looked like a Avante Samuel. He came through with that knockdown. I said, oh, who got the brains? Who was that man? Mama, who was that man?
Oh, shit.
Again, there's certain moments where they're trying to drive in that third quarter and you feel like, oh, they trying to do something. And when he flashed open and then the ball just got knocked out, I said, now look at me not having to talk shit about you. Because Coop had to go out. And they know the game. They know who to pick on. They went right at him. And my man said, not today. I've been on the bench. Again, I done lost my spot to this white boy. I've been sitting here all year. I'm not in the Super Bowl. He went out there and knocked that ball down. And so I got to give Maddox some credit for his unsung little hero for his play. Because we be scared to death when we see him go in there. Everybody in America on the Eagles, we just like, oh. Dang.
You know what's funny? When that play happened, you're like, who was that?
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, who the hell?
I literally was in my mind like, we got Asante Samuel back on the team. Like, because, he was always king of it. He either get the pick or he would knock the joint down. He didn't really tackle nobody. He was just like, I'm here, bro. You ain't getting this joint. But when I literally said, like, who was that? I was like, then that was massive. Oh, thank you. Oh, God. Because they, like I said, they went right after him. So it was just it's the whole damn team. And I'm so excited. But I am a little sad because the parade turned a center into a legend where people are now trying to put him on the Mount Rushmore of Eagles players. And in doing so, I don't know if I ever in my lifetime will hear another parade speech as good as that. And that's not me just being an Eagles fan. I watch a lot of championship games. I watch a lot of parades. I listen to a lot of speeches. And that speech made him a legend for a reason. I just don't know if anybody could come close to that. I don't know if anything can make you feel like that or do that. So, Swoop, who do you think is going to give the most powerful speech on Friday?
First off, if you look behind me, that poster, that's the speech. That's the Kelsey speech.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah. BG.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, his last year, after everything he went through, and he already is that person, that's just him. So I feel it may not be as charismatic as Kelsey, but it'll definitely be up there.
You're not going up there in no dress. That's a good choice, though. Honestly, I didn't even think about that.
It's probably the best choice.
That probably is the best choice. Jason, you got to back up?
Yeah, Landon Dickerson would be the one that I think can give a big, powerful speech like that. He gives all the pregame hype speeches.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So I think he would be the one. I just don't want anybody to go out there and try and do the same thing, man. Like, just be you. Don't try and give a Kelsey speech. Just be there and just be you. Don't do anything different.
That's true. Harry?
So, yeah, I'm not sure if he will get the time to do a crazy speech or anything, but I'm going to go with Zach Bond. And it's not because it's going to be some big theatrical thing. But again, I've seen so many clips of him being interviewed over the last few weeks, and he's just so articulate about this team and how much I feel like he's one of the, the heartbeats, or he's got the pulse of the team. Like, he's one of those types of players, and he's one of those leaders that just, again, like, he appreciates the love that's being fostered in that culture, but he also exudes it, and he just represents the team so well. And I just think he's going to get us in our feels and just make us really feel about this team like we have, recently, and just all the love and all the vibes. Again, not going to be as theatrical. He's not going to dress up like Kelsey, but I just think that we're going to remember, what this team really is and how tight they are because of him.
Now, I'm going to say this. I don't want to hear shit about it. I think it might be Nick Sirianni. It won't sound perfect. It won't be perfect. It won't even be eloquent. But I imagine him when he talks that he is so sincere. So, again, the one thing that I can't take away from him is when he talks, he believes in what he's saying. He means what he says. I high school Harry him a lot for talking about his family, but hey, I talk about my daughter all the time. I love my daughter. You know what I mean? I just don't talk about her at work meetings, but I do understand talking about her because I talk about her on my shows and all the stuff that I do. And, like Swoop, like the first, we talked about our kids in our conversations. We talked about Eagles. Second we talked about was, I got a daughter. You got a daughter. We started talking about our kids. You know what I mean? Like, so I understand that. And I feel like Nick having this moment, having this success, going through the turbulation, the trials, and all that kind of stuff, I feel like whatever he says is gonna make me feel something, and not in a negative way. It's gonna make me feel like the genuine, the love, the heart, the way he is as a man. Because I'm not even a person of crying. Like I wasn't one of them. One like, oh, he cried. I'm like, do you watch Chris Jones? Do you watch Jalen Carter? I'm like, not for nothing. These men are killers. Killers cry. Mike Tyson cries because they're holding back a beast inside. And for all I know, that might be Nick Sirianni. This whole thing might be a fugazi game so he can fucking be a joke. Everybody else knows. Clown attention on me. Don't worry about my team and what they're doing, because he takes all the arrows and he sits there and he's still positive. And it's just like being the president. Dude, he's been getting grayer and grayer every year since he got this job because it wears on you. And so I feel like whatever he gets up there to say is gonna be meaningful because he means it. Like he is an emotional, man. And I feel like, man, whatever he says is gonna get me like, damn, Nick, I still been out here talking shit. You know what I mean? They try to talk about a coaching tree. I got mad at you. You know what I mean? You ain't got no tree, but you know what I mean? I still gotta.
I hope he references you in the like Gritty doubts me.
Yeah. Like first of all, Nick, if it is you watching, just let us know that it is you. Just call me Fat Gritty. You know what I mean? You talk about when you call me Fat Gritty, and I'll take it. You know what I mean? I deserve it. I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? I got to deactivate my Sirianni account. I got work to do. I done deleted the tweet, so ain't nobody go find no more. You know what I mean? I had the Sirianni out here. I had Photoshop with little pom poms in his hand and everything. It was a good time. Those days are gone.
That's hate.
My coach, my coach is a Super Bowl champion head coach. That's my coach. So Swoop, what else you got going on over there on your socials? You're a big IGer.
Just trying to keep up with y'all. Like I'm just trying to represent the West Coast and West Coast Eagle fans. Like we go hard because our biggest thing is when people question us, like, why are you an Eagles fan? To me, why does it fucking matter? Like we have 2 Super Bowls, but before we didn't. So it's not like we were bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? So that always irritated me. That's why I started West Coast Swoop Nation, because don't question my fandom. You know, we're out here bleeding green just like y'all back there. We just can't afford to go to all the games because we got to fly. So we do what we can.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not. That's why I started the bar.
Look at the gang out here. I mean, you got my boy
awesome.
got a toothache on his head. You know what I mean? a lot of Kelly Green out there. You know what I mean? That
was great.
That's a good time.
That's great. And our bar usually holds like 250, 300 Eagle fans on game days. It's crazy. Yeah. And there's 5 bars in San Diego, Eagle bars.
Wow.
Look at my boy's fit. My boy stunt. Oh, that's his daughter's hat right there.
Hey.
That's one of his daughter's hats. You know what I mean? She'd be out here crocheting it up.
She's killing it. She's killing the game.
Look my boy out here. Look.
That's fresh. Extremely fresh.
Eagles pimp Larry out here. Look. Hey, check my chain, baby. Check my chain.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
with the lucky socks? Oh, yeah. Those are the socks I wear every game.
Bird gang, bitches.
Bird gang.
Head to toe, ho. You don't know how I do it. I'm gonna do a voiceover on this bitch. I'm gonna do a voiceover on this.
Do it. Do it. Please.
You know I mean, my boy dripped out. You know.
Yeah, I mean, tears.
My sight. So yeah, that's good stuff. And like I said, he's doing all the. I don't know how YouTube does when I post memes and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't put any memes up there, because they be getting crazy sometimes on the. They've been taking out my stuff lately. You know what I mean? And he orders all the fun gear. He's got all the cool stuff, and he's always representing other people's little side hustles and Eagle stuff going on. So
that's a big thing for me. Like if y'all are ever promoting anything, tag me. Like that's a strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. I feel like a lot of people are greedy, man, and there's no reason for that. Like there's so much out there for us. So if anyone's promoting, if anyone's listening, and y'all are trying to promote something, tag me.
Yep.
I will repost it.
And he's super real about that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like I shared his daughter's stuff because I saw it, you know what I mean? And he was like, oh, thank you. And he didn't ask me to. He didn't say nothing, you know what I mean, about it, but thank you, you know what I mean? I was just posting because I saw it. I was like, that's cool. And then the next week, I was so glad that I hit her. I posted up before she got on there with Slay, because I was like, oh, now see, they're gonna look like I'm a bandwagon. See, nah, I posted I got on before she got big, my dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't want look. You know? So it's just fun times over here. Like I said, he's doing all the good memes. I don't have an app anymore. I used to have an app where I could do stuff like this. Right? I mean,
Yo.
He be doing. So I leave it alone. I let my man have his lane. I ain't gonna get back on it. I tell you, I watch some of these sometimes. I be thinking like, man, I got it. You know what? I should be. I was like, nah, he got it. No, I just share his my story. You know what I mean? Because he's out here killing the game, and we appreciate you out there.
I appreciate you, my man. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Like I said,
absolutely.
I'll ask you one more question. I ask everybody a question. Swoop, did this Super Bowl mean more to you than 2017? Like, how's that feeling to you in like your heart? Like,
oh, absolutely. I mean, for me, I had a buddy who passed away. So that's what hit home for me. He was a true Eagle fan, West Coast boy. He is like my brother. So he passed away back in March. And I knew, I felt his presence the whole season. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was tearing up. That shit just hit me. And, you know, I felt him after we won that game. And so it just overflowed.
And now I'm double dick down being an asshole.
No, you're good.
Now I'm worse. The sports trip guy, not the sports fan guy. What's his name?
Jamie.
I'm trying to think of his handle. And
Philly sports guy.
Thank you. Sorry. He had met someone who had passed away, and they had like some of his ashes in an urn, and he was like, oh, you know, I'll take him to the game with me. He ended up taking him to the games. So that became like a mantra, like a good luck thing. Like he would take a picture and send it and post it out. And so, yeah, when you lose people, like I said, we're not having to be able to watch the game. My dad and my buddy, his dad, you know, that means something. Jason, this game or the first one? Which one was more impactful to you?
I think this one is more impactful, but that could be recency bias. But the first one kind of felt like a dream or like some kind of glitch, right? Like we won with a backup quarterback. We won with a coach who proved to really end up not being that good in the long run. And everything just felt wrong after that. And it's just like, you look back, like, how do we win that Super Bowl? And then this one, we just dominated, like just as the Eagles saying, just belts to asses the whole time, right? And it just shows that the Eagles are the best team in the league. Like there's no doubting it this time. Nobody can take that away or like rationalize it away like they could with Foles getting lucky as a weird backup quarterback situation.
Harry?
Man, it's really hard to beat like the first one, especially in the history of the Eagles too, right? And that was like, but you guys are describing it well. Like that was definitely like a dream, and I look back on it. But this is the validating one. This is the one that like makes us believe that we belong, even though we knew we did. And to lose it, if we did, right, losing 2 years ago, it's like still the questions about everything that we talk about this entire year. Nick, Jalen, the whole team, Howie, everything, right? So I feel like on so many levels, this is as Jalen was saying, right? He was still processing it days later. He's still processing it. I think on some level, I'm still processing because I'm like, this is what makes us a title town. Like we've talked about many teams, the hopes of them being that sort of team for us. And I really do believe in this team winning multiple championships. I mean, we're 26 years old or something like that, average age on defense. It might even be pretty close to what the average age for the whole starting roster is. Yeah, I mean, in so many ways, this just feels like we are that team now. We can just talk about it, talk our shit, and just be happy Eagles fans. So I don't know if it's more impactful necessarily, but I think like going forward, this might be more impactful because this is going to be establishing us as one of those great franchises that we knew we were.
So, newsflash: I wasn't a what's the guy's name? My brain is bad.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. You know me and my memory. Like I said, I remember everything. And the fact that I couldn't find no damn headphones, my brain is on fried mode because it's damn Super Bowl. You just said his name. Doug Peterson. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I did not like Doug Peterson. Newsflash, I don't like any of the guys that Howie picks because he picks clipboard guys. Howie is what Jerry Jones wishes he was. Like they pick these puppet guys, but Howie actually knows what he's doing because he's not senile. So he can actually manipulate them into a way that he wants them to be. Is where Jerry's like, I just don't want you talking back to me, boy. I grew up in a time where nobody talked back to Jerry Jones. Sir, we're not on the plantation. You're on the dang on plantation. I apologize. I'm going crazy. Let me refocus. Doug was never somebody I looked at like, oh, he's running the offense. No, he's holding the clipboard for Andy Reid. That's what everybody does for Andy Reid. And I was Doug negative. And then we started winning some games. So I was like, oh, okay. Him and Frank Reich, they got balls. Like, at least they got a thing that they're doing. They're going forward a lot. They're being aggressive. I don't know if the analytics, whatever. I was like, I like the feel of it. I'm Doug neutral now. I'm not going to hate on Doug. He won the Super Bowl. I'm forever Doug positive. I eat ice cream. I'll buy him anything. And so coming around to Nick, I feel like, okay, cool. But that Doug Peterson era, like everybody hates on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has given the Philadelphia Eagles 2 Super Bowls. And the fact that everybody hates on this man and digs his grave, he's not going to be an Eagles legend. I'm thankful for Carson Wentz. I'm thankful for Doug Peterson. I feel like Doug Peterson got a raw job only because he wanted a little bit of power. He wanted a little bit of power, and Howie said you can't have it. And so Doug is gone. But I feel like Doug could have turned it around and got some help because he got let down because he had to get Ndamukong Suh off the couch. He had to get Williams off the couch. So there wasn't a lot in the coffer, and Howie was still not getting his picks right. So he had to readjust on all that. But that run is so special to me because it really was the whole damn team. It really was just unbelievable. And it was against the undisputed cheating bitch-ass, punk-ass Scooby McDoo Patriot goats. 20 years of just pure excellence and, la, la, la. And for him to lose to Nick Foles, it already bothered him that he lost to Eli. But at least Eli's a Manning. It's like losing to the Prince or the King. Like, yeah, I mean, you went up against the King and you lost to the Prince. Oh, damn, he's part of the royal family, dog. Like, what you want me to do? It's all good. But when you lose to the water boy, bringing water to the horses, and you're a king of your own right, and you got to look down at Nick Foles and you don't shake his hand, I swear that does something for me, dog. When I see Brandon Graham come back and get that sack, that fourth ball, him sitting there on that ground, Fred, I'm with you, dog. That means something to me. when you take down the undisputed king, wow. And then to go ahead and do it again, this one is great too, because again, they're already trying to re-give it to Patrick Mahomes. They real quick to give it away. Now. But man, that first one, losing in the fashion that they did to who they lost to, and it happened to be us, that is one shining moment. That is a Disney fairy tale movie. That is the fat guy getting the supermodel and marrying them and having weird, ugly babies. That is my dream. That is my life. And that is my goal. And so I can't take nothing away from that first Super Bowl. But I hear y'all. I'm outnumbered 3-1. Well, Fred, I'll put Fred here too. 3-2. You know what I mean? I see, when I like what Fred said, I give him a vote. You know what I mean? Him and the whole coach thing, he been on my ass the whole year. I'm just tired of Fred.
You see the on-site comment? I mean, he was ready.
Oh yeah, like I said, Nick out here. I don't even know this. Fred, I got to see you when I hold my sign out there. When the date comes out, I'm out there holding my sign. Fred, I expect you out there with your little phone taking pictures and selfies. Like, look at this bitch. You better be out there like the paparazzi making fun of my dumb ass. I didn't really want to having to do it in my underwear. I did originally say I was going to sit out there in my underwear, but nobody wants to see that. Damn. Now see, look, now just because he said that, the AA round gonna treat me all kind of crazy. All this fool do is be on the internet with no clothes on. He gonna shake it. You should fucking quick at me, bro, when I said that shit.
I hate
You got this shit ready.
You different. You're always naked. That's what I'm saying. He said that shit too quick to be done.
Oh shit.
He looked like he's like, nah, dog, nah, big dog, you can't even. I said, yeah. He's like, nope, don't even finish the word, dog. Half naked, thirst trapping, you know what I mean? Swoop Nation OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get all that damn gear. You got an OnlyFans. I don't know. You ain't fooling nobody. Put a shirt on just because you in San Diego. Look, let me show you. Take your ass to me. Nah, I was swoop. I'm gonna expose you. You look expose yourself.
Oh shit!
Look. Little lunch meat out here, little hamburger meat out here. Let me zoom in 4K. Let me zoom in on this thing right here. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about me. You gonna get jelly rolls. You gonna get these jelly rolls. Oh, you upset me. You shook your head too quick. Wait till the replay come back on. Oh, I hate you. Make me sick. Anyway.
Oh shit.
Get yourself Super Bowl 59 secure fuck out of here t-shirt. I'm so distraught at this man. This man made me say that is so disrespectful. First time, last time you done been on my show. I call myself I don't need no from you, half naked boy. At least Harry puts the shirt on for the internet. Naked too, looking like a dang vampire in South of France sometimes. Me and Jason the only ones allowed to be here with no shirt on. You know what I mean? See, y'all go to the party and only bring a 6-pack. We show up at the party.
Oh my god!
Everybody, y'all bum ass 6-pack bitches.
I'll cover it up. I need a Nick Sirianni shirt on the site. I'll get one of those.
Shut up, Harry.
Let me get a Baldiani right here.
You know what? Maybe I'll wear myself a Brittany t-shirt. I will make one of them.
Oh man!
Since I'm a good person, I will link Swoop Nation down in the comments in the bio section. I'm gonna hook his daughter up. His daughter's getting the link.
Yeah, no, hook her up.
Swoop Nation, good on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put his daughter in there. Go get yourself a hat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so upset. I done messed up my whole. Y'all done messed up my whole Super Bowl. This is the first time I've been upset in a month. Y'all messing with me.
Slim Gritty is all out of love. Slim Gritty. That's what I'm gonna start calling you.
Look, boy. Wait till I get out there.
Skinny Grit. We'll call you Skinny Grit. There you go.
I'm taking you out to the beach. I'm gonna shamu your ass. When I get done with your bitch ass.
Oh god damn.
Me, because if you walk, I'm gonna catch you. Thank you for watching another episode of Gritty Nights. Like I said, comments for some bullshit. I'm trying to fuck with y'all. I'm done. I'm out. Bye.
Go Birds.
Come on, motherfucker.